Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I read tarot, obviously, and sometimes I do a pick a card reading, which I believe is what we're going to try and do today. Sometimes I randomly pick a new spread or intuitively pick a new spread just to try out, and sometimes I create my own. And today we're going to do a little bit of a combination of a couple of those. Recently I read for a very dear friend, and in preparation for her reading I was meditating and I received a vision of a past life in which she shared a relationship with someone who was currently in her life as well. And so I was guided after this meditation to create a spread to explore the karma of the past relationship and how that was affecting the current relationship. And so I would like to share that reading with you today as well. I'm going to try to do 3 readings. And I say try because it's a fairly lengthy reading. And I don't want this to take forever and ever. So I'm hoping that I can keep this brief but informative. For those of you who are returning to my channel, you know that brief is not really my strong suit, but we'll give it a try. So today for the pick a card reading, I've got some oracle cards that I have pulled ahead of time, which I typically use to close each reading. And from that, those oracle cards, as well as I have also selected some crystals, you can get a feel for which reading might be the reading for you. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the oracle card as well as the associated crystal with it. And you can do whatever you do, whatever your process is to pick a particular card, or you can listen to all of the readings or more than one, whatever feels appropriate for you. And then in the description below, there will be a link to each one of the groups. So if you do choose a particular group, group 1, 2, or 3, you can drop down to the description below and just click on the link and it'll take you directly to your reading rather than having to try and find it in the middle of the video. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started here. I'll kind of explain the reading or the spread a little bit more once we get into it, or at least once I've shown you the choices. So the first group, number 1, the card is a squirrel on a suitcase with a balloon. And the crystal is a green zebra jasper sphere. And the second group, the card has a brown bear and a polar bear. And the sphere is Rhyolite Jasper. And for group number 3, there's a giraffe, and she seems to be plunging her head into the water, and there's a little fish. And the crystal is a green flower agate point. So take some time and decide which reading calls to you. The tarot reading that we'll be doing with these cards, with these 3 groups, the spread deals with the karma of your past relationship, past life relationship, the karma of your current life relationship, how those karmas are affecting each other, and how to heal any karmic problems that may be bleeding over from your past life relationship into your current relationship. What else can I say about this? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. There was something else that I was going to say about that. Maybe it'll come to me. But at any rate, go ahead and choose which group you feel called to, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, group number one. Okay, let's get started with your reading. If you listen to the intro, I kind of lost my train of thought, and I think that the other thing that I was going to say is that I was intuitively called to select a really weird group of card decks. So I'm not sure how this is going to go, but again, we'll just go with it and see what happens. So let's see. Trying to decide what deck it is that I need to use here. I have a number of oracle decks, and I don't typically read with oracle decks, but I feel called to use one of them right now. So we'll see how this plays out as far as answering the questions. So the first position, the first question that we have is, what is your current relationship karma? So Spirit, could you please give us messages with regard to group number one's current relationship karma? Okay, so the card that we got is Passion and Ignite. So your current relationship karma, you are in a very passionate relationship. It's perhaps a new relationship. And this may be in kind of the honeymoon phase. Passion being sort of a fiery situation, perhaps may not be something that is long-lived, or it may be something that will be possibly cyclic, as passion can flame up and then require like a resting period, a regeneration before it can flame up again. So I feel like your current relationship is one that has very strong emotions associated with it, and it's perhaps something that periodically requires you to step back. So the next position that we need is your past life relationship karma. Oh, I know what else I was going to say. You may have shared this a past life with your current relationship partner. You may know that. You may suspect that, or you may just be curious about that. Whatever the case may be, this will hopefully shed some light on that. So the second position that we want is, Spirit, could you give us some information with regard to group number one's past life relationship karma as it relates to the current relationship? Past life relationship karma, please. Or just past life relationship karma in general. Past life relationship karma for group one, Spirit, please. Okay, so the card that we got is Presence and Be in the Moment. It says be here now. So with regard to your past life relationship karma, I feel that this card is saying that a lot of what was learned in the past life relationship has transferred to the current life relationship. You've brought that forward into this life. You may not be aware of it, but this current relationship that you have might feel very familiar. There may be patterns that you find yourself falling into just sort of naturally with regard to the current relationship that seem like something that you've just always done or you know how to do together. And I believe that that is being brought forth from the past life relationship. There is some spiritual memory, some past life energy that's still present within your soul that is being brought out with regard to the current life relationship. So Spirit, could we please get messages regarding the past life relationship challenge for group 1? What is the past life relationship challenge for group 1? Okay. We got yin yang card, or yin yang. So the past life challenge for you and your partner, and this may be a romantic relationship, this may be any sort of a partnership. This could be a family relationship, this could be a friendship, this could be a working relationship that you had in a past life. The challenge in that relationship was balancing things, balancing your relationship. I feel that there was always competition. There was a certain level of one-upsmanship in this relationship in your past life. You were each trying to perhaps impress the other one, or outdo the other in the relationship, or just trying to be better, or trying to if for instance the other partner in the relationship did something for you, then you were trying to do something back for them, perhaps even something better. Or if the other partner in your relationship did something that hurt you or made you sad, then you felt that you had to retaliate back in kind to this relationship. So the challenge of this relationship is that you weren't able to let it flow the way that it should have just flowed naturally. You were always trying to make sure that everything was equal in this relationship. Spirit, could we have messages, please, on the past life relationship gift for group 1? The past life relationship gift for group 1, please. Okay, so the card that we got was 3D communication. In your past life relationship, you were able to communicate. I mean, this is quite a literal card. 3D communication. You were able to talk to each other. This wouldn't be necessarily like an intuitive knowing of one another, because it speaks of a 3D communication. So you were able to talk to one another. You were also able to do things that were appropriate for one another. You knew how to communicate your love in a very tangible way, whether that be speaking it or, doing little chores for your partner that they hated to do, so you would pick those up for them. But you were able to easily, in the physical realm, communicate your love for one another. And it was not just you for them, it was them for you as well. You knew each other's love language in this physical incarnation, and you were always able to communicate that, even if it was without spoken word. You were able to make it known that you loved one another and you would be there for one another when you needed it. Spirit, could we please... I'm getting a message that I need to switch decks for this part. We're moving into the current life relationship now. So could we please have, for group 1, Spirit, messages with regard to their current life relationship challenge? Current life relationship challenge, please. Okay. Okay, the current life relationship challenge, we got the 5 of Thunder, which is the 5 of Swords. There is some miscommunication now. There's some misunderstanding, there's some mistrust. And the mistrust that there is brought about by a lack of communication, surprisingly. So, you know, when we have this card that we pulled initially about the current life or the past life relationship karma that says be here in the present, be now, and bring forth some of that from the past life relationship, this 3D communication was not what you brought forth to this relationship, evidently. Because there's a gap here. There's misunderstandings because there is not enough communication, and I'm getting a feeling it's because neither of you wants to upset the balance of this relationship, which may come along with this passion that is the karma of the current relationship. You know, passion is something that it feels wonderful and you don't want it ever to stop. And so I am feeling as though there is some hesitancy to maybe bring up any concerns that you might have, or if there's something that in the relationship that you are not happy with, you are avoiding, there's this gap here in between. You're avoiding coming together and addressing that for fear of losing what you currently have. But because of that, you're only getting a portion of what you could out of this relationship. You're actually blocking the flourishing of the relationship, and you're only receiving a small part of what could be for this relationship because of this hesitancy to come together and to let each other know what's on your mind. So, Spirit, could we please get messages for group number 1 with regard to what is the current life relationship gift for them? What is the current life relationship gift? Okay, we got the Sun card. So the current life relationship gift is just, it's happiness. This relationship just makes you happy. It makes you feel just all warm inside. You think about this person and you just feel happy to be in this relationship together, which may be part of what's contributing to, you know, not wanting to upset that, not wanting to spoil that. But that's the gift of this relationship, is that it makes you very happy. But the thing about this Sun card is that this happiness is much bigger than just this bit of passion that has been sparked right now. This type of happiness, yes, there's the sun, yes, there's the fire, there is still the passion, but this type of happiness is so much more encompassing than passion. This is a you know, we at the heart of the sun, there's this passion, this fiery passion, but as the rays come out from the sun, they reach everywhere, and they're still warm, and they still warm us, but it sort of it moderates from this fiery passion that can burn you, that can't be sustained at that level, but it dissipates out to fill every corner with warmth. So know that happiness goes beyond just this current passion. So don't get stuck in just this passionate excitement that you're in now. So, Spirit, how can they best heal the past life relationship karma, if there's anything that needs to be healed there? Okay, so we got the 7 of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is about making difficult decisions, or having some confusion isn't necessarily the word that I want, but there's some I can't think what word I want. It's not indecision, but there are some confusing choices. There are some misleading choices. And again, I think we're going back to this not communicating, this communication that you had in the previous life. But there's also in the past life, there's also this wanting to always even things out. So this card speaks of making decisions, and I think that the way to heal this past life karma, this competition karma, is to always choose wisely, if there's a decision that presents itself to you and it feels uncertain, and that's another thing with this card. You know, there's some uncertainty, there's some confusion, there's some perhaps mistrust. So this card, I think, is saying that if there is a decision in this relationship that that doesn't feel solid, that's pulling you toward, if there's a decision that's pulling you toward, and actually this person is pointing toward the fire here. So again, we're back to this sort of this passionate, flamey starting place of a relationship. If there is a decision that is pulling you toward holding on to something because it feels good in the moment, but you know that it's not ultimately, there may be another decision that would be a better decision in the long run to make, but it might be more, let's say, boring. It's not as exciting, it's not as passionate, but you know that it is the decision that is going to work out better in the long run. Like maybe you have to forego going out one night, doing something, fun and fiery and passionate, because you have obligations the next day. And if you were to choose the current passion over the long-term obligations, you know that that's going to create problems for you, because whatever your obligations are, whoever's involved with those obligations, they're going to be upset with you. And I feel like those individuals would be people who are in your life for the long term and who are going to be influential in your life for the long term. Also, that's something that could lead you to resent the current flame, because you might come to feel like they put you in this position where you knew it wasn't a good idea to do this in the moment thing, but you did anyway. So this card is saying, in order to heal this past life karma, you need to understand that when a decision presents itself, you have to go with the decision that is more solid, the decision that is possibly not as fiery and exciting and in the moment, but it is more of a long-term decision that will benefit over the long haul. And you'll know this when these decisions present. So Spirit, the next card that we need, please, and thank you for that, is how to heal the current relationship karma. How can Group 1 heal the current relationship karma? Okay, so we got the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is this particular card kind of speaks of pulling back. Sort of resting from a place of being spent, of giving too much. So I still think that we're talking about this initial passion that we had here at the beginning, and basing a relationship just on the in the moment, fiery, passionate stuff, and not moderating the relationship so that it can learn to become something that is more long term. So this card, to heal the current life karma, current life relationship karma, is saying that you need to hold back some, you need to pull back from this this initial flash or this initial output of energy that you're putting into this relationship, in order that you can have the stamina to make this a long-term relationship. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This could be like a job too. It could be that you just like jumped in with both feet to a new job, and you're working with someone and you are giving it all you've got. You're putting in just tremendously long hours because you really want to make this work, but you've got maybe someone at home who's becoming very resentful of you being gone all the time, and it's a relationship that you value. So here again, you know, making this decision: do I keep putting in these huge long hours that may or may not be paying off, but it's ruining something that I have and have had for a long time? I mean, perhaps this is damaging your current long-term relationship, which may not be as exciting as a brand new job, but it is something that is very important in your life. So again, this card is saying you need to pull back some from all of this energy expenditure that you're putting into this new relationship, whatever this relationship may be. It's like you're dumping too much into it because it's exciting, because it's new, and you're not going to have anything left. So this card is telling you, back it up a little bit. Just slow it down. Let things sort of settle in, so that you have the stamina and the energy to make this a long-term relationship, which may not be always as fiery, but you really don't want that anyway. Passionate energy is exciting at first, but over time it becomes just too much for your system to sustain. It's like, again, this sun card. You couldn't live on the face of the sun. It feels nice when you are, if you're very cold and you go inside by the fire and you sit down by the fire, it feels great at first, but as soon as you have been there for a little bit of time, it becomes too hot and you have to move away. So that's what this card is telling you. You've got to move away a little bit and let this sort of even out, or you're going to get burned and things are going to burn out and it's not going to be sustainable. So Spirit, thank you so much for all of these cards. Could we please have a card for the outcome of this relationship for group number 1? Okay, so the card that we got for the outcome is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is saying that by following this guidance, you're going to have something that is going to be sustainable for you. It's going to it's going to be enough. I'm not sure that this card is I'm not sure that this is a tremendously positive card. I may want to get some additional confirmation or clarification on this, because if you see, there is the individual is leaving here in the background. And this individual is sitting alone, sort of hoarding what it is that they have gotten from this. So I'm a little concerned that with this relationship, the current relationship, there may be lessons that aren't learned in time, and it may burn itself out and leave you in the dark. Spirit, can we get some clarification, please, on the Four of Cups for group number 1? Clarification on the Four of Cups. Additional clarification, please, on the Four of Cups for group number 1. We got, okay, so we got the Seven of Stones, which basically is the Seven of Pentacles. So if you'll notice, the posture on both of these cards is essentially the same. So I believe that the outcome of this is saying that you're going to need to move away from this relationship eventually, and come back to yourself. I think that these cards are saying that you need more time to understand your own heart, to understand your own strengths, to understand what you have within yourself. That's what this card is saying. What do you have within yourself that's yours, just yours? And until you can understand that, until you can put in the time, be patient, and just live within yourself and wait for the right thing, this relationship that you're in right now is not the right relationship. It makes you very happy. It's a very passionate relationship. It's going to be fun for a while, but ultimately this is not a long-term relationship. Sorry to say, but I don't think there's much else that I can get from that. So, sometimes it's just best to know that. But that's not to say that this is not an enjoyable relationship that you have right now, but just be aware that it's probably not long-term. So, let's see what the Oracle card says that we got at the beginning, that we pulled ahead of time. It says, and again, I believe this is a squirrel on a suitcase with a balloon. There are times when we are all encouraged to let go and move on from that which we no longer need or that which no longer serves for our highest good, if it ever did. Spirit is suggesting that you consider reframing your way of relating to the thoughts, memories, and scars of your past. Allow them to become quiet. Do not feed them your emotions and energies, as you do not want them to fester unresolved in the shadows. Be mindful of what luggage you take on your journey through life. Ask yourself, is it distorting your view of yourself and therefore the world? So, yeah. I think this card is saying that this relationship is ultimately going to turn out to be baggage, not something that you're going to want to take into the rest of your life. But again, that doesn't mean that it doesn't serve its purpose. Every relationship, every experience that we have here serves a purpose. It teaches us. It grounds us in experience. So, that's the relationship here. I hope that this proves to be helpful for you. I'm sorry that it didn't turn out a little bit better, but perhaps this is what you needed to hear. Maybe this is maybe this is the question that you've been struggling with. Maybe this is the decision. This seemed like it was a fun, good, great thing but perhaps you know in your heart that this really isn't the right relationship, and so you just might need some encouragement to make the decision to leave it. So group number 1, thank you for writing along on this reading. Again, I hope it was helpful. I would love to hear any feedback that you have, and if you've taken something different from these cards, I'd love to hear that too. There's different ways to read the cards, and there may be different meanings here. And if this didn't resonate with you, this might not be the reading for you. There may be another reading that would be more appropriate to you. You might want to pick another reading. And of course, these are general readings, so it's not specifically to one individual. But again, I hope it was helpful. If you have not already done so and you would be inclined to subscribe to my channel, I would be grateful. Or like this video, or again, leave comments. I would love to receive any feedback. It helps my channel get some visibility. It helps people find this channel, and my ultimate goal is to help people with these readings. So I wish you the best, and thank you so much for joining me here, and I hope to see you again. Hi Group 2, this is your reading. The Polar and Brown Bears and the Rhyolite Jasper sphere. I mentioned in Group 1, which if you didn't listen to Group 1, you didn't hear this, that you may be aware that you shared a past life relationship with your current relationship partner. And by relationship, that doesn't necessarily have to mean a romantic relationship. It can be a business relationship. It could be a friendship. So you may be aware of that. You may have a suspicion. You may have a feeling, or you may just be curious. In any event, these readings, this tarot reading, this tarot spread, can hopefully shed some light on that. So let's get started here. The first position, the first card that we would like to get information on, Spirit. Could you please provide a message, a card for Group 2 with regard to their current relationship karma? Current relationship karma for Group 2, please. Current relationship karma for Group 2. Okay, so the current relationship karma is the 5 of Wands. So whatever relationship it is that we're dealing with in your current life, there's some confusion there. Things are not flowing very well. There is some disconnect between the two of you. And this may be, like I said, this might be a romantic relationship. This could be a business relationship. It could be between you and a boss or you and a coworker. It could be a friendship. But regardless of what this relationship is, you have shared a relationship with this individual in a past life. But the current relationship karma is that there is, like I said, a disconnect, some confusion. You're not connecting well in this relationship. There's something that is blocking or confusing your connection with this individual. Spirit, could we please get messages? Thank you for that. Could we please get messages with regard to the past life relationship karma for Group 2? The past life relationship karma between these two individuals, please. Okay. So we got the 2 of Pentacles and we got the 8 of Swords. The 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So in the past life, this relationship was one that was, it was difficult in the past life as well. It was a relationship that was always challenging to both of you. You felt like you were perpetually trying to balance things out with this individual. And you never felt like you were on particularly steady ground. And because of that, you kind of felt like there was a restriction with the relationship because you were constantly basically walking on eggshells. You were constantly afraid that something you did or said would throw the relationship out of balance. There would be a misunderstanding or a miscommunication, and there was just a lot of unsteady emotion in this relationship. Any little thing could set it off. So that's the past life karma, past life relationship karma between the two of you. So Spirit, thank you for those messages. Could we please have information on the past life relationship challenges or challenge for these, the individuals in group 2, please. Past life relationship challenge. What was their past life relationship challenge? Okay. Okay, so the cards that we got are the Temperance card, which completely goes along with what we said here. The challenge of the past life relationship was finding a middle ground, was finding moderation between the two of you. It seems like you were always at extremes. You were always, one side of the relationship was always out of balance. It was always tipping to the extreme and throwing things out of balance. And you were constantly having to guard against that happening. So the Temperance card here is saying that was the challenge. The challenge was trying to keep this in the middle ground. And the other card that we got is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, again, is about balance. So, the challenge, again, is about the relationship being blocked from becoming what it could be, which here the Page of Cups speaks of, the potential for an emotional relationship here, the potential for an emotional connection, but it was always being blocked by things being out of balance. There was just always this extremity on both sides. There was so much. There was just a lot of jockeying and a lot of strong character on both sides that was sort of throwing things out of kilter. So, Spirit, could we please have messages for the past life relationship gift for group 2, please? The past life relationship gift for them, group 2. What was their past life relationship gift? Okay. So we got the Knight of Cups and we got the High Priestess. So your past life relationship gift is that you just passionately were in love. Just passionately in love. I hesitate to say that because, like I said, this relationship doesn't necessarily have to mean a romantic relationship, but this really appears, at least for some of you, like it was. Or if this was not necessarily a romantic relationship, or if it was, one individual in the relationship was someone who was able to bring a great deal of passion into whatever the relationship was about. So even if this was a work relationship, there was one member of this relationship that could really light a fire and really make you feel, the two of you feel just passionate about whatever it was that you were working on, and just feel like your world revolved around this relationship, and making things work. And because of that, the other member of the relationship was just lit up with intuition and insight. And so the gift of this relationship was that there was a symbiosis here where one of you kind of provided the motivation and the inspiration, and that inspiration and motivation provided the insight and the clarity and the wonder and the epiphanies that created just an amazing outcome from this relationship. Although the relationship was fiery and difficult to keep in balance. Again, as I did in group 1, I'm getting the feeling that I need to use a different deck for the rest of the reading. And I apologize, I don't think I have the deck that I need. Let me grab a different deck here. I'm feeling like, yes, I need this deck. Sorry. The next portion of the reading deals with current life relationship karma. So I have been, last reading for group 1 as well as this reading now, being called that it requires a different deck. So let's get that put together here. I apologize for this interlude. Okay, so the next card that we need, and Spirit, thank you so much for the messages so far. The next card that we need is the current relationship challenge. Okay, so we got the Two of Cups. And with this particular version of it, the current challenge, as this relates to the current challenge, is that things may be moving too quickly, or things may be kind of getting swept up in a whirlwind, and not perhaps taking the time to properly develop. So the current challenge may be that things are moving too quickly. And that because of that, I don't know if you see this beautiful lit castle here in the background, or where all the lights are on and it's very welcoming, but they are going past it. They are not even noticing it. So because of this relationship perhaps moving forward too quickly, you may be missing things, or you may be not creating the foundation that you will need for this relationship to flourish. So Spirit, what is the current relationship gift for group 2, please? What is the current relationship gift for group 2? Okay, the current relationship gift. The current relationship gift is the Maiden of Pentacles, but and this is interesting because there's 3 bunny rabbits down here at the bottom, and in a meditation I did prior to this reading, I saw 3 bunny rabbits. There's also here up in the corner a mother and child. It appears to be Madonna and Jesus, perhaps. But I'm strongly feeling that the current gift of this relationship could be children coming to you, or already has been brought to you. And if this is not a romantic relationship or a marriage type relationship, this could indicate that there is going to be the birth of a new career, or the birth of a if this is a friendship, this friendship is going to spawn a new friendship. This person might introduce you to someone else that is going to become very instrumental and important in your life. So the current gift of this relationship is that it's going to bring forth new things into your life, be that new children, be that new friends, or new opportunities, but this is going to birth something new in your life. In the meditation that I did before this, I also received messages that brought out the name Quinn. So for some of you, perhaps Quinn has some meaning. I have no idea what that might be, but I'm just going to throw that out there. So, Spirit, thank you for that. Can you please provide messages for group number 2 with regard to how they can heal the past life relationship karma? How to heal the past life relationship karma that needs healing. How can group number 2 heal the past life relationship karma? Okay. So the card that we got is the World card. And the World card typically relates to the closing of a cycle, the completion of a cycle. So the healing of the past life karma will come about by this relationship coming full circle and completing in a fulfilled cycle. So I feel like whatever this relationship is now, even though it does have some difficulties, it is going to be, it will provide to you the completion of a cycle that started in a previous lifetime. I feel as though this relationship started between the two of you in a previous lifetime, and perhaps a number of previous lifetimes you have shared this together. But in this lifetime, you are going to bring together all that you learned in the past lifetimes together, and you're going to perhaps finally learn the lessons, or bring about what has been brewing in the past lifetimes, whether that be to bring forth a child or to bring forth a new idea. There's going to be elements from the past relationships, the past life relationships, that are going to come into play in this relationship. Whether you recognize them as such or not doesn't matter. What matters is that there is a certain experience and knowledge that you're bringing forth from these previous lifetimes that you've spent together with this individual, and you're going to pull from those lifetimes as well as your experiences in the current lifetime, and by doing that you're going to complete the cycle that was started in a previous lifetime. I feel like that has a lot to do with this being the inspiration and being the epiphany together, and also this birthing forth something new and wonderful into this lifetime. So the way to heal that past life karma is to draw from those past lives. So in order to do that, if you're not strongly in touch with what the lessons of that past life were, which is very understandable and likely, what that's going to look like is just trusting your intuition. If something about this relationship just feels right, it is very likely because it's something that you've learned in a past lifetime about this relationship. You've gone through lessons in this relationship, in your relationship with this individual. You've gone through lessons in past lifetimes, and you've learned from those lessons. But you weren't able to bring things full circle in the past lifetime. You had lessons, you were getting there, you were making strides, but you weren't able to complete the whole picture in the past lifetime. But somewhere in your soul, in your psyche, you have those lessons, those past life lessons are still there. They may not be on the surface where you can remember them and access them in a manner that is apparent to you right now, but they're still there. They're in your intuition. You know them. You know how to go about this. So just trust that you know what's best and what needs to come next. And that will heal the past life by completing it in this life, because that's the purpose of our past lives, is to help us achieve a certain ascension, to achieve something greater. So Spirit, thank you for that. And for the next card, how can Group 2 heal their current relationship karma, please? How can Group 2 heal their current relationship karma? What do they need to do in this lifetime, in this current lifetime, to heal their current relationship karma? Group 2, please. Okay. So we got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about waiting for the seeds that you've planted to bear fruit, about being patient. You have put in the work. You've done it in past lives. You have done it in this life. You have been putting in the work little by little. And so now what you need to do to heal the karma in this lifetime and to complete this cycle is to allow those understandings to gel, to allow all of those things to come together, to form this complete cycle, to form this complete whole. But you have to be patient. You can't force it to happen. So again, this relates to intuition. Intuition is not something that you can make happen. Intuition is just something that you feel. You can't force it. You just have to wait for it, but be aware of it. So be watching for this harvest. Be watching for the seedlings to sprout. That's where you are now. That's what you need to do in this lifetime to heal the karma. And by heal, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a wound, but it's incomplete. And so in order to complete the cycle, you need to allow those pieces to fall together. So being aware of that intuition, being aware of those insights, those aha moments, something that catches your attention just out of the blue. Make note of those, even if it's just a mental note, because those pieces are going to start to fit together over time, and that's going to help you to see where this relationship is going and how it can become a more complete, bigger thing. So Spirit, could you please provide messages for Group 2 with regard to the outcome of this relationship and the past relationships? The outcome for Group 2, please. Okay. So for the outcome, the cards that we got are Temperance and the Ace of Spears. So what this is going to bring about for you is this relationship is going to become a place, the completion of the cycle, the completion of what started in previous lifetimes and is now continuing in this lifetime. In order to complete the cycle in a way that it is whole, and by completing, I don't mean just finishing it, I mean making it so that all of the pieces fit together, so that it's complete, it's formed, it's balanced, and that's what this Temperance is talking about. The outcome is that you're going to end up in a place where you are in the very center of this very complete, very nurturing cycle, sphere that's going to hold you right in its center, right at its center. And in that center, there's going to be tremendous clarity of what this relationship means. And it's going to start you down a path, the two of you, in this relationship. It's going to start you on a path of much greater understanding, where the relationship is going, how it fits into a larger whole, and how it helps to complete the bigger picture of your life. So let's take a look at the oracle card that I pulled ahead of time and see what it says. And again, we have the brown bear and the polar bear. And it says, when your shadow and light, your earthly and spiritual self come together, magic happens. You can achieve inner balance and true contentment without the need for love from material and human sources. You are your own gift, your own warrior, your own magic. You are reminded to believe in your own power through your connection to spirit, the universe, or your deity of choice. This is not a state that is achieved and then you've made it never to have to think of it again. If only we were so blessed, but most of us mortals get distracted and pulled off the path of inner balance. The magic is available to us always, and we need only be mindful of it and take the steps to feel that spark. So that path of inner balance that they speak of, that's this Temperance card here. That's your path of inner balance, the middle, the center of the sphere of your relationship. That's the inner balance. And at that place of inner balance, here's that spark. Here's that spark that reminds you of how amazing your life and your relationship is. So group 2, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I would love to hear any comments that you might have with regard to it. If you are inclined and have not already done so, I would be grateful. If you want to subscribe to my channel, like this video, again, comment. All of those things make my channel a little bit more visible so that people can find it, and that ultimately is my my desire, my hope that I can reach people so that they can receive messages as well. I hope to be able to help as many people as I can, and I'd love to connect with you in this way. So I thank you very much for being here, especially for sharing this time with me, and I hope that I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi group 3, this is your reading. The giraffe with the little fishy and the green flower agate tower. At the beginning of this, I kind of had a brain fart, and what I had wanted to say is that this reading is to let you know about how your current relationship you have shared with this individual in a past life as well. You may be aware of that, you may know about it, you may suspect it, or you may just be curious. Regardless, this reading can help to provide clarity for you and some enlightenment with regard to a current relationship that you have, which may be romantic, it may be friendship, it might be even in business or family, but some relationship that's in your life now. You have shared a relationship with this individual in a past life as well. And so this reading is to shed some light on how that past life relationship maybe bleeds over into this current life relationship and how they affect each other. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. So Spirit, for group three, the first card I would like to receive for them is messages with regard to their current life relationship karma. What is their current life relationship karma? For group 3, please. Okay, group 3, we got the 9 of Swords. So currently you have a relationship in your life that is a lot. It's creating stress. It's creating some heartache. It is draining you. It's a hard relationship. And again, this may not be with regard to a relationship that is romantic or like a marriage. This could be between you and your boss at work or a coworker. This could be a friend. Some relationship in your life you have shared in a past life with this individual, but this is the current life karma. So Spirit, could you please give us messages with regard to the past life relationship karma for group number 3? Messages regarding their past life relationship karma with this individual. Okay. So the cards that we got with regard to the past life relationship karma were the Ace of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So I am getting the feeling that in the past relationship, the past life relationship, whoever you were in this relationship with was perhaps somewhat domineering, and they were controlling, very controlling. And so this past life relationship, you didn't have much say, and you were not probably very happy in this relationship, but you were unable to escape it either. So that's the past life relationship karma with regard to the individual that you share a relationship with now. So Spirit, could you please provide some messages for group 3 with regard to their past life relationship challenge? What was their challenge in their past life relationship with this individual? Group 3, the challenge in their past life with this relationship. Okay. The Three of Wands. I'm feeling like in this instance with regard to the challenge, this card is saying that you wanted to leave this relationship. You daily would look out on the world and know there was something better out there. There was something truly, truly better than the life that you had, and you wanted to leave this current relationship, but you couldn't. Whether that's because the other individual in the relationship was holding you there, or if it was something that you needed in order to provide yourself with a livelihood. But for some reason, even though you knew that there was something better out there, you could not leave this relationship. That was the challenge in your past life with this individual. Spirit, what is the gift of the past life relationship for group number 3? What was the gift of this relationship for group number 3, please? Spirit, can I have some clarity on that, please? The gift for the past life relationship for group number 3. Oh, okay, I think I see what this is now. Okay, well, we're not going to get any more. So, the gift of the past life relationship is that it gave you the clarity to see what you want in your life, or what you wanted in your life. You weren't able to seize it. You weren't able to break free from the current relationship, but the gift was that you knew that you wanted something different, and you spent a great deal of time and thought on what that different would be, what it would look like, what you, if you were able to, what you would want to go after. So the gift of the past life relationship was that it showed you what you truly would need or want to be happy and to be successful in your life. So let's get another deck as we move into the current life. Spirit, for group number 3, what is the challenge of their current life relationship, please? What is the challenge of their current life relationship for group number 3? So the challenge of the current life relationship, we got the messenger of earth. The messenger of earth. So the challenge of this current relationship, the relationship in your current life, is that you are in this place where this relationship is causing distress, sadness, stress to you. And the current challenge is that you don't have the inertia to break free from that. You are once again being held down, as we saw here in the past life. You feel as though you're being held down in this relationship, and you don't feel like you have the ability to break free. So Spirit, please provide messages for group 3 with regard to what is the gift of their current relationship. What is the gift of their current life relationship, please? So, the gift of the current life relationship Spirit, let me get some more clarification on that. I'm not quite sure what the message is here. What is the gift of the current life relationship? Now, this is kind of complicated. We got the 3 of air. The 3 of air is a card of heartache. But in addition to that, we got the 6 of earth, which is a card of balance, of giving, of not judging. A card of fairness. And we got the Page of Fire. And the Page of Fire speaks of a certain innocence with regard to, I feel like in this case it's talking about innocent daydreams. It's innocent daydreams that spark your passion. So I think the message here is that because of the heartache of this current relationship, you have come to a place where you have empathy for all those who have gone through this heartache. And this comes forward from the previous relationship as well. You've developed a sense of fairness and non-judgment, and genuine caring for all those who have gone through a relationship or a place where they felt less than, where they felt that they were not worthy. You have felt that, and because of that, you have come to have great compassion in a very gentle way for all others who have been in a position where they've been made to feel less than. And you are growing a spark, an imaginative spark within you that deals with this. I feel like perhaps you are nurturing the idea of maybe a shelter for battered women, or a preschool for children who come from broken homes, or some very heartfelt, heart-led endeavor that will provide a place of safety and security and love for individuals who have been made to feel unworthy or unloved. So the gift from this current relationship is that it has brought you to this place where you dream of being able to provide that for others like yourself. It's made you stronger because of this. It's made you want to be that individual who provides a place of safety and love and strength for others who've gone through what you have gone through. So Spirit, could we please have messages with regard to how group 3 can heal the past life relationship karma? How group 3 can heal the past life relationship karma. And what we got again is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. So the way that you can heal the past life relationship karma is by being non-judgmental, being fair, giving to people who others might turn away from. This is the kind of feeling where 99 people will walk past the homeless person on the sidewalk, judging them to be dirty or have an addiction or mentally ill. But you have gained the compassion to see through that, to not judge them based on their outward appearance, to not judge them as less than, because you understand them. So the way to heal that past life karma is exactly what this talks about here. Exactly that belief, that understanding, that compassion for those who have been made to feel less than, for those who have less than, for those who are in a position of being or having less than. By being the compassionate individual that sees past the appearances, that's how you heal that past life relationship karma. And Spirit, could we have messages, please? And thank you for that beautiful message. Could we have messages, please, for group 3 with regard to how to heal their current life relationship karma? How to heal their current life relationship karma for group 3, please. Okay. And we got the Knight of Swords, which we got up here. So twice now we're getting the Knight of Swords. So this card is a card of not only having clarity, but acting upon that clarity. Cutting through, I think again, we're cutting through the appearances. We're cutting through the stigma of being made to feel inferior or being made to feel unwhole. Healing the current life relationship karma is the ability to see through, to be able to see through the beliefs that are being heaped upon you, the idea that's being put on you that you are not worthy, that you don't have enough, that you aren't enough, that you aren't deserving. So being able to see through that behavior from the other person in this relationship comes from a place of them being less than. Again, going back here to this, not judging anyone. And that's not just, the homeless person on the street or the battered wife. That's also the individual on the other side of the coin. Being able to see that their abusive behavior perhaps comes from a place of their own abuse, of their own unworthiness. So healing the current relationship karma comes from you being able to see through that and understanding at its core what causes that, and being able to begin to make changes, begin to take action to correct that, to by understanding that and by making others see that, you can heal this current life relationship karma and the world's karma for that matter by understanding that, by not passing judgment, by being compassionate, but also being forthright about what's going on and what needs to happen. So Spirit, could we please get a final card or final message here for group 3 with regard to what the outcome to this will be? What is the outcome of this? Okay. We got the Fool and we got the King of Swords. So you're going to start anew with the clarity and the mastery of understanding and insight that you have gained through this journey. And you're going to start in a new, fresh, beautifully optimistic place by having this new foundation of understanding, this ultimate understanding of what a facade this is, that anyone is unworthy or anyone is undeserving. You are going to understand and come to be able to communicate that that all of that comes from a place of pain and misunderstanding and needing for love, and that's going to start you on a brand new path where the sky's the limit. I feel like this may be putting into action this vision of beginning something new, like I spoke of, like a shelter for battered women, or even a hotline for kids who are depressed or having mental health issues, something like that. This is you're going to start that. You're going to begin that, and it's going to be not only a lifeline for those people that you reach out to, but it's going to become a lifeline for you, and it's going to continue to teach you to see with clarity how this all comes together and how to fix it. So, an important reading, a very important reading. And I thank you for being this individual, because we need more people like you. So let's take a look at this oracle card with this crazy giraffe plunging her face into the water. It says, a lack of thoughts and ideas is not an issue at this moment, but choosing the one that will bring you the most joy and satisfaction can be confounding. You do not need to quiet your mind, ignore it, or run around it chasing butterflies. You are invited to be curious instead. Whether you are commuting on a train or bus, sitting in a cafe, or at home surrounded by an enthusiastically boisterous family, take a moment to close your eyes, breathe with purpose, become aware of your body, and then speak aloud or under your breath the loudest of these thoughts. What is its companion? Guilt, probably. But if it brings a smile to you, plan to make time to explore that endeavor. So, listen to yourself, listen to your thoughts, and give them a voice, because I think that they're going to lead you to a really, really important place. So again, I hope this reading was helpful, and thank you so much for being this individual, and learning from both past and current relationships to bring forward something so necessary and so wonderful. So thank you very much. I would love to hear any comments that you may have. If you feel inclined, I would be grateful if you want to subscribe to my channel, like this video. Any of those things bring attention to my channel, bring more visibility, and so other people can find this channel and these readings, because ultimately that's my goal, is to help as many people as I can. I love that you're here, and I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you continue to be well, and thank you. Bye-bye.